What's good, y'all? It is Jordan Senpai. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different for you guys. We're going to be ranking My Hero Academia characters. Now, if you guys enjoy this switch up in content, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and drop a sub. We're on the road to 100 subs, and shortly after that, we're going to be chasing that 1K mark. My goal here is to build a dope-ass community and have fun while doing it. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into this tier list video. Alright, here we go. Number 1, we've got All Might. Y'all already know where this man's going. He's an S tier hero. He's an S tier character. Symbol of peace. Easy lock-in for me. Number 2, we've got Eraserhead. His quirk is fire. He's able to negate people's quirks by looking at them. And obviously he has the binds around his neck, the bind wraps. For now, I'm going to throw him in an A. I feel like I could change that a little bit later. But right now, he's going to be an A for me. Next, we've got Midnight. Her quirk is she's able to release an aroma that basically puts people to sleep. She's a pretty useful hero. I don't think she's that great. I want to put her at like a B plus or maybe an A minus. So I'm just going to throw her at an A for right now. And maybe we'll switch her around at the end. Alright, next we got Gran Torino. Certified GOAT. Straight up legend. Taught Deku a little bit about how to use his quirk and things like that. For me, he's going to be a locked in A. And I can't even remember his quirk off the top of my head. Next, we've got Mina from Class A. Her quirk is basically to use acid. She can melt a lot of different things with it. I'm going to throw her in a B. I think she's one of the better heroes out of Class 1A and a lot of other categories that, put people above the rest. Alright, next we've got Sue or Froppy. Her quirk is Frog, I believe it's called. I don't know, I might be missing on that. Basically, she has the attributes of a frog. She can stick her tongue out really far. She can jump really high. Things like that. I'm going to put her at a B also. Her quirk is very useful and she's developed it a lot, so she's got that going for her. Alright, next we've got Ojiro. I really don't even want to talk about this man. They did him dirty. Out of everybody in Class 1A, they did this man dirty. He's a straight up D for me. Everybody else has fire and ice, super strength, super speed, shoot tape out of their arms, can harden, can shoot explosives, can create anything out of no materials. And this man has a tail. He has a tail. That's his quirk. He has a tail. He's a straight D. If I could, matter of fact, let me change this real quick. This man is a straight up extra. If you want to hear about a villain origin story, Ojiro should have one. How could they do this man this dirty? Give everybody fire ass quirks. Give him a tail. Alright, next we've got Denki Kaminari. Now, if y'all watch my Hero reactions with me, Denki Kaminari has the most potential out of almost anybody else in Class 1A. I'm going to put him at an A just for this reason alone. The writers of My Hero Academia hoed Denki so bad. They put a cap on this man's quirk. If Denki did not have a cap on his quirk and he was able to use his electricity at his fullest ability without, becoming dumb after, he'd be a straight issue. Alright, next we got Koji Koda. I'm going to throw him straight up in a C. He's just a C kind of hero. He's very useful in terms of relaying information and stuff like that, but he's not really that important to the story, and he can't really do much more than that with his quirk. So he's going to be a C for me. He's not really super extra. He's just not that great. All right, next we've got Sato. His quirk is Sugar Rush. Basically, if he eats a lot of sugar, he becomes buff, and he's more of a physical type of quirk. He, has super strength, I guess you could call it. I'm going to throw him at a C also. I would throw him at a C plus if I could. He's pretty good. I do like his quirk for him being an extra. He's definitely an extra in Class 1A, but I like his quirk, so I'm going to throw him at the C. Next, we've got Shoji. I can't remember the exact name of his quirk, but basically he's able to grow a multitude of limbs, whether it be arms, legs, eyes, ears, and that helps him, see, become stronger, and things like that. He's kind of in the same arena as Sato here. I'm going to put him at a C. I kind of want to put him at a B minus, but he's more or less an extra. But I think his quirk is really useful. I think it's pretty dope also. All right, next we got Jiro. Her quirk is earplugs. Let me go look that up for y'all so I can talk about it a little bit more because it's slipping my brain right now. All right, yeah. It's actually called earphone jack. So basically she can stick it into the ground and stuff like that. She can hear heartbeats. She can hear talking. She can hear walking. She's a good sensory type or scout hero. I'm going to throw her in a B. She has a lot of potential. I've seen her fight a little bit too when the League of Villains attacked the high school and stuff like that. So she's going to be a B for me. She has pretty good potential. But other than that, yeah, she's not super special. Next, we've got my man Cerro. He's pretty dope. His quirk is tape, I believe. And he can shoot tape out of his elbows, which helps him maneuver. You know, he can fight like that and such. I'm going to throw him at a B with the other, you know, upper tier characters in the class. He has great combat ability. He can be very creative with his quirk. He can maneuver very well with his quirk also. So I think he has potential to be B. Probably not a first-rate hero if they get into the hero world. You know, second-rate hero handling minor situations and stuff like that. Next, we've got my man Tokiyami from Dark Shadow. If you guys have seen the last episode of My Hero, you just saw his level up. You know, he partnershiped with Hawks, which was pretty dope, and he's learned how to evolve his quirk in a few more ways. So I'm going to give him the A tier. I want to make him an A minus, but I'm just going to throw him the A for now. His quirk's very versatile. We've seen him use it up close, Dark Shadow. He puts the gloves on, you know what I'm saying, and he gets to the boxing. We've seen him put it on his back and he flies now. He has great maneuverability, great combat ability, and when it's a little bit darker outside, Dark Shadow gets stronger, which I just think is a dope add-on to his quirk. Next, we've got Ioma, another man that was hoed. Ioma, his quirk is naval laser. He shoots a laser out of his belly button area, and his body can't really handle his quirk, so every time he shoots his laser for too long or too strong, he gets a tummy ache. I don't really think his quirk's that good, but I mean, it could be useful in situations. So I could see him being a upper. Actually, he can't be an upper level hero since of the cap on him. He gets that stomach ache. So I'm gonna throw him in the C. But if he didn't have that, stomach ache every time he uses quirk thing, he'd be a B hero about. Next, we've got Ida. Sorry. His quirk is his engines and his legs, which help him run fast, kick strong, stuff like that. And I don't want y'all to forget, he boxed on this man, Todoroki. He was giving Todoroki straight leg work. So I'm going to throw him in the B tier for right now because he has potential. He's the leader of Class 1A, or not the leader of Class 1A, but, he keeps a leveled head for most of the part, except for the time with Stain and stuff like that. Next, we've got Ochaku. All right, I'm playing. She's not an extra. Her quirk's very useful. She is actually one of those people that she's wasted potential again. A lot of the characters in this series, when they use their quirk, they could use it in other ways that I feel like the creators aren't going to show them in. So my whole issue with her is she can contain the mass of something while making it weightless to her. So say if she picks up a cement block like she did when they were fighting each other in that one class scrimmage, and she hit somebody with the mass of it. She can do that so easy and so effortlessly. I just think it's so dope. And she controls it completely. I feel like she should be able to add mass to things too, but she can't. So I'm just going to throw her in this B rate right now because she does have level ups. She's pretty important to the story. Also, my apologies if I'm flying through this and talking a little bit fast. I just want to get through the characters so it's not too long for you guys. All right, next we've got my boy Shima. I'd throw him in an S if I could. You want to talk about a real nigga, bro? His quirk is just becoming armor. That's all he can do. His fight with Rappa with Fat Gum, bro, it was fire. I love in this show, what really gets me hype is more of the basic quirks and them using it to their best abilities. Like the fact that he was sitting there eating punches from Rappa and then he went unbreakable to break through the other dude's armor. I can't even remember his name right now, but he went unbreakable to break through the other dude's armor. That whole scene where Kirishima got his own little level up in his own little episodes, he was fire, bro. Kirishima is still one of my favorite characters in this show right now, at least in Class 1A. So I'm going to throw him at the A. For real, I'd give him an A plus along with all the pro heroes that are in A as well. All right, next we've got Todoroki. Now, some of y'all might get mad at me for this. I'm throwing Todoroki in an S tier. He is an S tier hero. He has one of the best abilities in the show, and the potential for it is basically limitless. He could really box with some of the pro heroes right now, and I mean, obviously they're not going to show that, but he's worthy of fighting with some pro heroes right now. And the range of his ability is insane, kind of. I kind of got a little excited there, and I kind of forgot about talking about quirks. My apologies, but I will get back to trying to talk about some of the characters' quirks also. All right, next we've got Toru. She's the invisible girl. Her quirk is being invisible, basically. She is a mega extra. Mega super duper extra. All she can do is be invisible. She can reflect light, which is pretty dope, I guess, some of the time to try to like flashbang people, but she's an extra. This life chose her. Not much more to say there. After her, we've got my man Bakugo. If we're talking potential and character development thus far in the story, with his quirk explosion, with sweat glands in his hand, he can create explosions with the sweat. I'm going to put him at an S tier. His combat is already far above everybody else's in class 1A, and he is leveling up in terms of, character development and also like ability development. I think he could be a top hero. Obviously, he's, gunning for the #1 hero spot along with Midoriya. So he's going to be an S right now for me too. That might be controversial. I don't care what y'all say. He's an S. I mean, I could see y'all's argument for me changing my pro heroes from my A plus tier to my S tier, but I feel like those two characters themselves, they just deserve that a little bit above A tier, They're probably not on the same level as All Might, but I don't really have a subcategory right now. All right, next we've got Midoriya. I'm going to throw Midoriya straight into A. Here's why. For where he's at right now, I think he is far too behind. With everything that has just recently happened, All Might's retiring, the new Nomu coming, Endeavor basically being out for a little while because he had to fight his ass off against Nomu, Deku's just a little bit too far behind. He can only use 20% of his quirk, and I understand like he is trying his hardest or whatever, but I just feel like his progression should have been a little bit further at this point. So he's just going to be an A for me. Obviously, he's going to turn into the S tier, And I don't really know how My Hero is going to end, but I do just want to go off and say that I would love to see, a little switch up where like the rival gets the #1 hero spot or something, like if Bakugo becomes the #1 hero or if Todoroki becomes the #1 hero or something crazy like that. Like I'd love to see a little switch up like that in the future. All right, next we've got Mineta. He is an extra as well. His quirk is garbage. He can take the sticky balls off his head and he can stick them to things. I've been thinking about it. How the hell do some of these kids get into UA? Like, UA is supposed to be a prestigious ass school for talented ass people. His quirk is mid at best. I cannot believe he got into UA. I mean, I don't know how people really get into it. Or maybe you just have to have a power. Maybe that's it. If you have a quirk, you can get into UA. Because that's what it seems. Because Mineta should not be at UA. Alright, next we've got Yahyourozu. Her quirk, or her hero name is Creati. Basically, she can create quirks out of her body. The bigger the thing, the more it wears her out and such like that. And she's another one of those people that if you go watch my previous reaction video, you'll see my full explanation on her. But I feel like she has a lot of potential that is wasted here. If she was taught how to wield different weapons or, create different weapons faster and be able to call upon them more frequently, then she'd be a top tier hero. But right now, I'm going to actually, I'll give her an A. I was going to give her a B. I'm going to give her an A because of her smarts. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. She's always thinking ahead. She's always thinking of her teammates. So I'll give her an A. She deserves that. All right, next we've got Kendo. We just wrapped up their episode match, actually, on a reaction video. I'm going to throw her in a B. She's evenly matched with Yahyourozu, but her quirk's just growing her hands large and being able to use them as that. All right, next is Shirozaki. Her quirk is vines. She's able to, grow her vines and use them in different ways. Shield, attacking, wrapping people up. We saw it a lot when she fought Denki back at the tournament. I'm going to throw her in an A. She has a lot of potential. Her quirk is very wide ranged and she's pretty useful. She's very smart. And she doesn't weigh a team down or anything like that. So, yeah, she's an A for me. All right, next is the boy Tetsu. If I'm saying his name right. His quirk is basically hardening. It's metal or whatever you want to call it. He's evenly matched with Kirishima as a rival. But I think Kirishima steps ahead of where he is right now. Even before when they, had fought and it had tied them out. I feel like that was just for, the relief of the show. I'm going to put him at a B. He has potential just like Kirishima, to be unbreakable and break through infinite amount of things and such. but he's not, a main character like Kirishima. He doesn't have that growth that's going to be able to be shown, I feel like. Next, we've got the boy Lemelion. Lemelion are his quirks permeation, which allows him to become intangible and, go through various objects at his will and things like that. But back to what I was saying. Lemelion is one of the realest niggas in this show. He's undeniably real. You want to talk about a character giving heart, bro? He fought so hard for Eri. He lost his quirk. He was still scrapping. That man is a legend. And we're talking about the original, the OG, supposed to be an inheritor of One For All. He would have been a #1 hero at a 3rd year in high school had he inherited All Might's quirk. This man's an S tier. I need not say more about him. Next, we've got Haju, Nejire from the Big Three. She's an A tier hero, probably an A+. Actually, I'm going to throw her up with Lemelion. Actually, I'm going to throw all 3 of them. Amajaki up there too. The whole Big Three 3rd years, they're all S tier to me. They're very good. If they came out into the world, they'd be pro heroes and they'd be prominent in scenes. Hado's quirk is basically wave control. She can fly with it. She can shoot it out like a ray. She can do a bunch of versatile stuff with that. She's earned her spot in the Big Three. So along with Amajaki, he's a manifestation type. If he eats like a food of some animal or some sort of activation like that, he can control their abilities. Like he can get eagle's talons or octopus's tentacles and stuff like that. Like I said, all 3 of them deserve their spot in the Big Three. They're all S tier heroes for me, or just even S tier characters if we're just talking about that. All right, next we've got Mei Hatsume. Now, she's not really a hero. She's more in the developmental program. What she does is she builds hero support items for heroes and adds them onto their costumes and etc. She is an S tier character. I don't care what anybody has to argue about this one. I'm stuck firm on her being an S tier character. She is so crucial to the story, not even just for Deku and helping him level up his abilities, but for all the pro heroes, all the heroes at UA she designs. She is an S tier character, very crucial to the story. Her potential to even get better and create more important stuff is just out of this world. She even created, Denki's little charge things he shoots out of that disc. Next, we've got the boy Endeavor. Endeavor is an S tier hero. If you guys watched the end of season 3, I believe it was, where he, claimed his #1 spot against Nomu, it was a fire fight. He boxed against Nomu. He went plus ultra. That shit had me standing up in front of my TV screaming. I was dead ass face to face with my TV screaming like I was Endeavor, bro. It was fire. We're going to put him in S tier, obviously. He's #1 hero now. He's what people look upon and he's what people call for, Next, damn, I feel like I'm running out of breath, y'all. I'm talking fast as hell. All right, next, we've got the boy Stain. Stain is an S tier. He is a dope villain. I like how he had a different perspective than most villains do. He's kind of at the forefront of this anime for that. His perspective was very different and it was very changed up in the hero world. He wasn't after it for the money or, just to be a big villain. He had actual goals in mind and he was trying to get rid of frauds, basically. So he's going to be an S tier for me. I think it would have been dope if he was a hero also and he would put up a hell of a fight. Obviously, plot armor, junk, and whatever. He had to lose to the Class 1A, whatever. But yeah, he's an S tier. He can box. All right, next we've got One For All. Or All For One, sorry. S tier. His quirk is dope. He's able to steal other people's quirks and give them to other people. We just learned a little bit more about him in Season 4. I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, if you guys have not seen Season 4, you should go watch Season 4 because you learn a little bit more about his quirk. And I know deeper into Season 4, we're also going to learn a lot more about his quirk and his origin and stuff like that. So he's an S tier villain for me. Next, we've got Tomura. He is an S tier villain. He is the successor of All For One. He's an S tier villain. He pulled up to UA to, pursue his dream, obviously. And I'm just going to Matter of fact, I'm trying to cut out every time, I go try to look up people's abilities and, their overall breakdown of their quirk. But I'm just going to show you guys, or I'm just going to read off his abilities right here, because you've just got to listen to how crazy this man is. He is one of the most dangerous in Japan, and let me show y'all why. His overall abilities: he has enhanced strength, enhanced durability, enhanced speed, keen intellect, indomitable will, body modification, and his quirk is just decay. Basically, he has the power to touch solid objects, and he can decay them into nothing. Yeah, this dude is a menace to society. If he pulls up anywhere unannounced, you're gonna need an S tier hero to fight him. And along with his counterpart right here, Dabi. Now, I read into Dabi a little bit. His quirk is cremation. Basically, he creates very hot flames, which is why he has blue flames. And he's ranked as an A rank villain right now, but he is an S rank villain, bro. He smoked those heroes when they pulled up to I believe it was to take something from Overhaul. I can't even remember exactly, but he smoked that one hero. Didn't even remember him when Hawks brought him up, and this man is just ruthless. He's definitely got an S tier out of me. He's not an A tier villain at all. Alright, next we've got Toga. She's another A rank villain, but like I said, she deserves to be moved up to an S rank villain in my opinion, because you have other people in the League of Villains who are S rank, like Twice and such like that. I know Twice has a good quirk, but Dabi and Toga both have phenomenal quirks, and they both use them at a very high level. So with the blood she ingests, she can transform into another hero, basically. It's a very useful quirk. She's proven it to be useful several times now in the series. She is an S rank villain. Next, we've got little Eri. Her quirk is fire. It has the potential to be phenomenal. As a character with a dominant quirk, she could be very, very good. I'm going to put her probably at like a B or an A, but that's just off of, her being young and her potential. And, she's been hurt in the past, so she's not really comfortable with her quirk. She hasn't really been able to develop it and things like that. She can move forward a lot more, and even when she grows up, if she learns how to control her quirk right, she could be an S tier hero. But as importance to the story so far, she's an A tier, because without her, Deku would not have been able to beat Overhaul. Next, we've got Koda. I believe his power is water. I can't even remember if his name's Koda. I'm probably not even saying his name, but he's an extra anyway. He can barely shoot water out of his hands. Deku almost got killed because of him. He had to fight Musclehead, an S rank villain, just to get him back. And at that, he broke most of his bones. So yeah. Buddy's an extra here. He almost got Deku killed for real. Alright, next we've got Neto Monoma. His quirk is copy. Basically, he can touch a person and retain their quirk for a short period of time. I know y'all remember his scene where he was fighting Bakugo. He slipped past him, touched his hand, boom, blasted Bakugo straight in his mitt with his own quirk. It was fire, bro. His quirk has insane amount of potential. The one issue is he has to touch somebody to activate, their quirk. But if he partners with a strong hero, boom, reaches over, touches them, starts using their quirk with them along in tandem, touches a villain, gets his quirk for a minute, the possibilities for just his quirk alone are really infinite. As long as there's heroes or people with quirks in the world, he can use his quirk very strong and very well. Alright, next we got the boy Shinso. I rock with Shinso heavy. He just entered the hero course in season 4, and he has a very dominant quirk. I'm going to give him either A tier, maybe even, actually, I'm just going to throw him an S tier for this reason here alone. If Shinso isn't a popular hero and nobody knows about Shinso and he pulls up to fight a villain, he can beat any villain. His quirk is an ultimate trump card. He can literally deceive anybody and brainwash any villain. Obviously, you can get out of it with a shock, but even when Deku fought him, he got out of it, and he said it was a complete fluke. More on the down low as a hero, because the less popular his name is, the stronger hero he can become. I could see him rising the ranks and definitely becoming a top A rank hero. Next, we got the Shawty Mount Lady. I'm going to throw her in A, because she's an A rank hero. She's pretty good at fighting. She's prominent in the scene as a hero, and yeah. All right, there we go. His name is David Shield. His quirk is Squirmy Fingers. I didn't even know he had this quirk. It allows him to move his fingers faster with precision in order to, you know, make hero costumes and hero equipment and things like that. He's very important. I'm going to throw him an S just because I threw Hatame in S as well, and he's really a forefront runner for developing hero quirks and stuff like that. He did work with All Might. We've got Inyasha with the quirk Whirlwind. He was one of the first year students from the other hero course, I believe. I'm going to put him at an A. He is an A rank hero for me. His quirk was very strong when they had fought. I can't remember if it was Bakugo or Todoroki he fought against, but he fought against somebody and he, you know, fared very well against them. He's a pretty strong character. He has a very good quirk and he has a very strong will. I think he's an A rank in my opinion. All right, next we've got the President, Super Extra. Let's skip it. Let's keep going. And matter of fact, while we're here, Cement. As usefulness, he's probably like a A. Oh, he's probably like a B plus an A hero. He's very good at evacuating, I think. I think he's very good at defense. He doesn't really have much more to him other than that, though. And next we've got the Mike hero. I cannot remember his real name, but basically he can, you know, echo like a speaker and he has sound attacks and such like that. I'm going to throw him in B also because he's not very important. His quirk isn't that dominant or anything. All right, guys. And that is my entire ranking of my hero characters. At the end, I will do a little screenshot for you guys so you guys can see it. And I will have it posted on my Twitter, which you can find down in the links in the description below. If you guys enjoyed this video, once again, please make sure to leave a like, comment, sub. Like I had said earlier, we are on the road to 100 subs. Shortly after that, we're going to be chasing that 1K goal. You know what I'm here to do. I'm here to build a fire anime community. So drop a follow, drop a sub, and enjoy this time, man. Let's, you know, just have a good time and talk about some anime and enjoy ourselves. It's been Jordan Senpai. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Hope y'all have a good day.